Hi there, welcome to Apple World. Tory Lanez just got condemned to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. And the web is going wild from fans observing Megan at long last getting the equity to others. Calling Tory's condemning is too outrageous. Everybody, including Megan herself, has a remark about the case very significant. I couldn't say whether he could shoot me also. Kill me. He resembles. Were you apprehensive for your life around then? I was truly terrified on the grounds that I had never been shot at before. I peered down at my feet, and I'm similar to wow, like I'm truly. Is Tory Path's sentence actually excessively outrageous? Or does Tory truly have the right to go to prison for quite a long time? All the more significantly, what's he going to do? Well, that is wild. Will you hurt? Several individuals certainly hurt me without a doubt. I'm a person that sliced me profound deep down after over 3 years of an exceptionally pitched fight in court. Tory Lanez at last got condemned to 10 years in state jail for shooting Megan Thee Stallion after a contention in July of 2020. So I requested that the driver pull the vehicle over as I'm finished with this, and I ought to avoided the vehicle, like I ought to lack back in the vehicle. And it was like, Megan, simply get back in the vehicle, we nearly there. Like get back, and so I get back in the vehicle. It resembles it. Deteriorating, like contending in the vehicle. The contending in the vehicle is deteriorating, and I would rather not be in this vehicle, not anymore, like since I see it's getting insane. So I get off the vehicle. And it's like everything happens so quick, and all I hear is this man shouting as they said dance. And he begins shooting, and I'm very much like, wow. The sentence came after Tory was viewed as at fault for an attack with a self-loading gun, conveying a stacked unregistered gun in a vehicle, and releasing a gun with gross carelessness. Tory had proactively been serving prison time since December 2022. And his 10-year sentence will credit time that he's as of now spent inside Pedro Sam, which is correct. The appointed authority given a 10-year sentence, and Tory Lanez has been spending time in jail since his conviction in December 2022, and he will get kudos for the time served all through his preliminary. Tory guaranteed that he didn't merit being sent to prison, and that his activities were the consequence of his drinking issue. Before his condemnation, Tory even asked the appointed authority for a brief opportunity to show what he could do and let everybody know how repentant he was for his activities. I'm remaining before you as a dad to a 6-year-old who needs me constantly. There's been this misguided judgment about me being this beast and not having regret. That is simply false. That evening, everybody was plastered. I made statements. I shouldn't have said the casualty was my companion. I actually care about her. We both lost moms. We'd stay there and drink until we felt numb. All that I fouled up that evening. I get a sense of ownership. I'm not an individual who doesn't trust in self-improvement. I truly do have a routine problem. I genuinely am simply attempting to be a superior individual. I'll demonstrate that decision. Delegate Head Prosecutor Alexander Bott anyway wasn't exactly persuaded and raised how Tory had attempted to take care of Megan and her previous companion, Kelsey Harris, to conceal the cases, and how he was likewise engaged with breaking the court-requested defensive request. We're hanging around for an intolerable demonstration of viciousness the respondent committed against an unprotected lady. Bott said these are the activities of a misanthrope and a quitter. Please don't tell anyone. I'll give you all $1 million if you all don't say anything. And I'm like, what are you referring to? Like, what are you offering me in cash? Currently, after Tory's condemnation, his lead lawyer, Jose Bez, said that he was very frustrated and that he was persuaded that this was all an endeavor to create an object lesson using Tory. I think the sentence given was staggeringly unforgiving. I have seen instances of vehicular manslaughter and different situations where there's death and the individual actually gets under 10 years. In this case, to get a 10-year sentence is outrageous and simply one more illustration of somebody being rebuffed for their superstar status and somebody being used as a model, and he's not a model. He's a person. Megan herself was absent at the consultation, but she sent over a pre-composed proclamation. The assertion read, "I battle with being available. After all that happened, I can't take myself back to being in a similar room with Tory." Megan wrote in the explanation read by Los Angeles Province Delegate Lead Prosecutor Cassie Todd. "I've been tortured and threatened. He paid bloggers to spread bogus data. He dealt with my injury like a joke when I might have been dead." She proceeded with, "They accused the framework. He accused the press. And actually, he is utilizing his young life injury to legitimize his activities. Gradually, I'm mending, yet I won't ever go back. His wrongdoing warrants the full weight of the space fans' rush to comment on the circumstances, with one fan on Twitter agreeing with Megan's position and saying the main point I need to make about this Tory Lanez condemnation is that he is a victimizer. He's hurt more than one lady, 10 years. Isn't sufficient, and it's extremely hard to restore habitual perpetrators with no regret. Petitions to Megan Thee Stallion and some other lady, he is mishandled. Another fan had this to say, "You all kindly don't irritate me. 10 years of purposefully shooting somebody isn't over the top." Also, all the lines, the provocation, the profound and mental aggravation Megan Thee Stallion needed to go through, and as yet going through certain individuals anyway, were persuaded that Tory's sentence was, as a matter of fact, excessively brutal, and since his slug hadn't exactly caused any significant harm, he ought to get a more limited sentence. Support for Tory Lanez even caused the hashtag #FreeToryLanez to turn into a web sensation on Twitter, with a considerable number of individuals supporting Tory Lanez blaming Megan Thee Stallion in her PR group for outlining Tory. "I realize Megan needs to feel like after this, by the day's end. This was all totally messed up. He didn't swindle her, and she knows it. 10 years for going off and brushing someone's foot is crazy, #free. Tory Lanez." Another fan cited a video of Megan Thee Stallion strolling after the shooting. The tweet read that Megan Thee Stallion declared on her Instagram experience that she was shot in both feet and afterwards said that Tory Lanez was the shooter. "I returned to this video and you ain't standing and strolling. There is no place in the wake of being shot in both of your feet. Think of your arm and your gross carelessness." Examiners are requesting a 13-year jail sentence and removal to his local Canada, while his legal counselors have requested probation and for him to be let out of prison to enter recovery. Strangely enough, Tory Lanez might have stayed away from this claim by and large on the off chance that he had quite recently kept calm. Megan Thee Stallion guaranteed that she initially didn't actually need to go to the police and had to do as such after Tory Lanez continued to deceive bloggers about what occurred and wouldn't quit disgracing her internet. Based, yes, this story was shot. Me shot me and you got your marketing specialist and your kin rolling to these online journals, lying and quit lying, standing up about Tory's liable conviction back in December 2022. Megan Thee Stallion said this, "I would rather not call myself a casualty. As I ponder the past 3 years, I view myself as the survivor since I have really endured the unfathomable music composed by the rapper. In addition to the fact that I survived being shot by somebody I trusted and thought about a nearby companion, however, I conquered the public embarrassment of having my name and notoriety hauled through the mud by that person so that the world might be able to see." She added that the decision was something other than justification for me. "It was a triumph for each lady who has at any point been disgraced, excused, and faulted for a brutal wrongdoing carried out against them." Tory never truly accepted that he would go to prison just before his condemnation. Tory Lanez tweeted his supposed last tweet and nailed it to his Twitter profile. The tweet read, "I will leave this here once again and see how it ages. No weapon shaped against me will succeed, and each tongue that ascends against me in judgment will be censored. You sit and observe now and never question the God I serve again. This is my last tweet." A few famous people have stood in opposition to the preliminary too, with the vast majority of them saying sorry to Megan Thee Stallion for questioning her in a new digital broadcast. Penny said this, "And I will apologize for making this diet. I expressed a few things, however, and it was on the grounds that via web-based entertainment I posted things that when she said, she was with Gail, and she said that, she said, were you private Victoria paths? And she said, what? And afterward I resembled no, I resembles she lying." Cardi B likewise took a stand in opposition to the preliminary supporting Megan and asked her fans for what good reason individuals figured she would lie about being shot. I mean, she doesn't have a mother, she doesn't have a father, and she doesn't have anyone to cry to. This ought to be the most joyful week, and it's dead. Individuals are pestering her and calling her a liar. How could someone lie about having a chance?